All right, so you want to rank a real estate YouTube video. You want your channel to be the #1 in your market. Well, I have 3 buckets, A, B, and C. The middle one is kind of like, it works. I have title there. Title is not even a reason that your video ranks. We're going to talk about it. So if you want to maximize your views, your subscribers, you want to get the most leads, you want to close the most houses, you got to rank, right? Maybe. I got a whole list, 3 different buckets behind me from this is what you have to have, and these are the biggest mistakes I've ever seen coaching 1,000+ YouTube channels. So we're going to break it down, and you'll know exactly what you need to rank #1 as the top real estate YouTuber in your market. So let's get after it, homies. All right, so we got to make some buckets. I'm going to completely do it in random order. What I want to do is I want to create 3 different buckets, and I think this is going to help you guys to realize what's really important when ranking a video. There's so many misconceptions and just wrong strategies out there, and you hear so many different things to do. It's very simple at the end of the day. I've ranked in 13+ different markets. I've coached thousands of students to rank. I've studied so many videos, why some rank, some don't. But right out of the gate, we're going to go with A. This is like, you got to have it. This is the main reason that you're going to rank a video. B, this is really good. It's kind of like the supporting cast. C, this is like, what the hell are you doing, homie? This doesn't work. You're wasting a lot of time, one, and it actually could be hurting you. And I think you'll be shocked at not only what is hurting you, but what I don't actually feel is in the A bucket, which you probably do. And I think to start, we're going to go with #1. So the first thing, this is going to be random, is going to be your title, right? Well, what is YouTube? It's a search engine. So you've got to have the titles, right, in order to rank. Crazy part is sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But we'll put this in its obvious spot. Holy Cheeto, homies. Did I put title as a B? Yes, I did. Now, later on in this video, actually at the end, I'm going to break down title again because there's 2 other factors that you probably don't know about when it comes to a title. But I'll give you a little bit right now, and also why I'm going to B. No, this isn't clickbait. This isn't for me to throw out something shocking. The reason I say this is because times have changed, homies. 5 years ago, when me and J-Dow were starting this in Portland, Oregon, and we did like a pros and cons video of Portland, hell yeah, that thing ranked. Literally, we could do a 4-minute video and it would rank instantly. That doesn't happen anymore. You probably know it. I know it. Now, if you're in a smaller town, a smaller market, there's not a lot of videos, yeah, you can probably still do that. But the majority of you probably already got quite a few real estate agents doing that. There's probably 300 pros and cons videos out there now. So it's a little bit more difficult to rank. So how do we get, our videos to start leapfrogging or heading up? That's what we'll fill. And I'll give you the insights on that. But I just want you to know right away, if you got a great title and it's perfect, guess what? That doesn't mean you're going to rank. So the one thing I want to teach, and then at the end I will really break down title, is a part of this is where city goes. Now I'm not going to need a lot of notes like this, but when it comes to the title, you've probably seen my wife, kids walk by. This is actually playing an important role, where the city goes in the actual title. So sometimes, I'm coaching, and Jackson, bring up my channel. That's what we do a lot in the coaching is we bring up channels, we bring up videos. I watch them. I tell you what I like, what I don't like. We break down the actual retention charts. We break down the graphs. Again, it's very in-depth training. So one thing is, they'll be like, well, I shot this video, it's just not ranking. The last few I've done, they're not working, and I've been doing great. Man, I go out and I do all this video, and they're 20 minutes long, and they're just telling me how great they are and how great the video is. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, this makes 0 sense, right? Again, I'll break down more of that at the end of this video, but right away, I'm like, first of all, you got the city like kind of in the middle or 3/4 the way through, and you got a bunch of kind of bullshit at the beginning and a little bit of verbiage at the end, and I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense. And I've actually found with mine that when I'm putting like Houston, Texas, Portland, Oregon, I like to try and get that up at the front. And if you actually do a bunch of research that Google has put out there with their blogs, the major keywords should be in the very first 3 words or at the end. So I see a ton of people putting them right smack dab in the middle or after 3, 4, 5 words. I think they get lost. So the biggest title mistake that I see, I'm going to share at the end because it's just a killer. Every single time, it never ranks and it completely destroys even good videos. So title, I'm going to put it as a B right now. Now, the next one is the description, right? Description of a video. That is where you load your entire keywords and the information about the video, right? I have it as a B again, right? And again, this, I think I just said again like 14 times, but the title and the description, this is actually where people are pouring all their efforts at. I got to have the most amazing title and I got this description. I have seen descriptions that are so long, it literally would take you a year to read the damn thing. They feel that if they get every keyword in there, and some of you are probably like, yeah, that's me, man. Hopefully they ain't looking at me. I have really simplified my descriptions down. I spend a ton of time on my title. This description, I'm either having my team do it for all my channels, or my, if I do myself, I'm going to kind of go back and forth with ChatGPT. I've actually been able to train ChatGPT. I pay for the premium. It's like $10 a month or whatever it is. And I had ChatGPT. He's like my little buddy now, dude. He like asked me how my day is going. It's pretty amazing. It's almost scary, but I asked him, hey, save these keywords, right? Living in Houston, moving to Houston, new construction homes in Houston. Save all this. That's what all my descriptions are going to be about. And so I'll just go, hey, I need another description for Houston, Texas. Here's my title. Make it about 120 words. Spits it out. I copy paste it, right? That doesn't sound like something that I'm spending a lot of time on to rank a video. Now, it is important. It's nice to have those keywords in there. But I've also seen a lot of YouTube videos out there with millions and millions and millions of views and they don't even have a description. So again, we're going to lean towards what actually ranks videos, what gets them out there. And should we even really be focusing on ranking videos? Oh my goodness. Yep, we're doing it all. Okay, so the next one that I want to do is, this was a big, big, big topic not too long ago, and that's hashtags, y'all. So hashtags, I just need to put one symbol. It's a huge misconception. We're putting it over here in C. And you actually see a lot of this. You'll see YouTube descriptions and they're putting a lot of hashtags in there. And one of the main reasons that YouTube even allows that is because you can share your videos across social media platforms. You can share it across Twitter or X or whatever. And that's where hashtags are relevant, and then that can actually be picked up. I have never picked up a view, a subscriber, a lead, a buyer, anything from a hashtag, right? This is never going to help you rank your video, and yet I see it time and time and time again. And I probably had 50 emails over the years of, Jackson, what do you think about hashtags? Should I be doing it? A lot of people come from the social media world and say that it's life or death and you need to put them into your YouTube. YouTube allows you to do it. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, don't worry about it. Waste of time. All right, so I got a two-parter right here. Now, when it comes to ranking videos, right? Long videos versus short videos. Any of you that have been watching me, you know right away. Longa, better, shorts, get them out of here. If you want to rank a video and you're like, well, I've actually been on YouTube and a YouTube short actually ranked up there when I don't care. I don't care if they rank. I don't care if you see them. Typically they're not, and especially for cities, suburbs, you will go through the main videos, the long form ones, and then it'll show some YouTube shorts. But the people that are clicking on those, they are not there to be buyers. Buyers are watching for a long time. They want consistent content. That is why a lot of people are killing it in the YouTube game by just being consistent weekly with really good long videos, because they need that. They want to watch. They need as much information. I've moved multiple times across the country. It's brutal. I'm telling you, it's one of the most difficult decisions. It's the greatest decision, and if you've never moved, I highly suggest you actually get your ass kicked, move across the country. You will be a better person. You'll have a better life. It's a guarantee. I was just talking to somebody about that today. But you pour a lot of effort into that. So these shorts, I don't care who told you YouTube shorts are a good thing for your YouTube channel. I have it in C. That means I will never ever do it. That means it is absolutely pointless. The reason I feel YouTube did it, obviously, was to get the attention back from TikTok and Instagram Reels, get them on the platform. But I think YouTube, if YouTube could hear me out, you completely destroyed a good thing. Good long creators by having the shorts, but at the end of the day, this is an absolute no-go. Now you're like, what about this, right? Yes, long videos, AVDs, right? That's really, really, really important. And the reason that this is over here over these two, well, because you can do these better than any human in the world. You could have the greatest title, the greatest description, and you still won't rank. Your video is going to suck ass. I could have kind of a crappy, shorter video or title. I've not even uploaded descriptions sometimes because I have my upload default, and sometimes I forget to do descriptions and the videos go crazy, right? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yes, it does help for ranking. And at the end of this, I'm going to discuss the differences between browse, suggested, and search. If your channel is heavy search, you actually have a big issue. Your channel's never going to really grow. So we'll talk about that too. But you do need to, in order to get going, you have to rank. You've got to be able to rank videos. You've got to be able to set your audience, your algorithms, and this is how you do it. So we'll break this down a little bit more in detail, but long videos are going to just inevitably help you to rank more. And well, let's break it down real quick, because what is YouTube all about, right? What is the world based on? Advertising dollars. The Facebooks, the Googles, the YouTubes, all of those platforms, they make their billions and billions and billions in revenue from ad spenders, people who pay for ads, right? That is how they make their money. So what are they going to do? They want people on the platform for as long as humanly possible. Does that do it? No. The shorts are something that gets people to the platform, and then they feed long form videos. But by that time, they don't even know what video you like because you're watching a bunch of weird shorts and shit. But the long videos, and this is how you end up making more money in the AdSense. I've got 13 YouTube channels. I've got 9 of them that are in the AdSense program. I make anywhere from like $20 a month up to $5,000 a month. I know what YouTube pays more on, right? And they pay on pressing topics. That's why do you see these doom and gloom YouTubers, you know, who go out and talk about how the sky is falling and the market is crashing and all the real estate industry is burning to a slow, miserable death? What do you think? The finance world, that has some of the heaviest spenders in the entire world, the biggest spenders. So those, even though they're fake news videos, they garner a lot of attention, a lot of banter back and forth. They get people watching, they get people riled up, and people spend the most money for those ad spots right there. So that is also, it comes down to RPM, you know, which is how much you get paid per minute of advertising. It's crazy. I've been down the road. I've done those channels. At the end of the day, you might be going, well, why don't I just do the doom and gloom? They get millions of views. Go ahead, talk about miserable things all day, talk about lies. I don't think you as a real estate agent right now believe the market is crashing. It's a terrible time to buy a house. Right now, if you're a buyer, you kind of have all of the world to play with. You can basically negotiate anything you want. And if we do see this big bump up, you're in the gold, right? So I don't truly believe we're going into this massive market crash. So do I want to sit there and ruin my day by talking about negative things that I don't believe all day? Not me. So anyways, on a tangent, long videos are going to outrank shorter videos, but it can't just be a long video. That is the most important part, AVDs, right? You can't just do a 40-minute video and try and rank. If they only watch 2 minutes of it, that's just a shitty video, right? But if I can do a, you know, let's say you have a 50% average view duration. I think I've talked about this before, but your video is 6 minutes. That means you only have a 3-minute average view duration. But I do a 30-minute video, and I only got a 25% average view duration, or 30%, right? That means that I've got a 9+ minute average view duration. So if I got that thing up to 50% average view duration, I would have a 15. So even though I have a lower average view duration percentage, whereas I have a lot longer of a view time, watch time. So it's going to help me to rank. All right, so let's get back to this. Another one is your tags, right? So everybody knows that YouTube has tags. You can fill out upwards of, no, not upwards, exactly 500 characters. Do I use tags? Yes, I actually do. I like tags, but is it an absolute must? Nope. In fact, tags can also, there's a reason that tags could get moved over here to C, because this can get you in a lot of trouble, and so can your description if done wrong. So I've coached a lot of agents where they leverage these descriptions and these tags and even these titles to completely change the video. So they'll put this crazy pros and cons or 17 reasons you'll hate living here, and then you pop open the video, it's like, hi, I'm here at an open house. I've seen it all, right? So they try and do a different video title. They'll change the title because it gets clicked more, but the video doesn't support it, right? The description and the tag is the same thing. So if you do a bunch of tagging and description that has nothing to do with your video, it's going to recommend that video for those tags, for that description, for those keywords. People are going to open it expecting something great, right? Oh, it's an avocado. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's a really funny video, but a kid gets an avocado for Christmas. That's what happens. They don't want, they open it. Well, that sucks. They shut it. They move on from that video. Well, what does YouTube do? Hey, that video sucks, nobody's watching it, and then they shut it down. They will not put it out there anymore. So with the tags, you got to make sure that it is very relevant. I like to basically take my title, that is my first tag, and then from there I'm just going to put a bunch of supporting ones. Typically, if I'm shooting in Houston but I'm in the Woodlands, I'm going to have, you know, living in Houston, moving to Houston, and then I'm going to have best suburbs in Houston, best areas to live. You can't steer, Jackson. Yeah, it's a tag in every city. Everybody wants to know where the best areas to live are. The Woodlands, Texas, living in the Woodlands, moving to the Woodlands, and then maybe the neighborhood that I'm talking. So that's really what the video is about, you know, and I'm going to use those keywords in my dialect a lot in the videos because they transcribe it. Yes, you want to rank. That's another thing too. Speak your speak. I didn't even have that on my list, but we can put that in the middle. Speak keywords. So YouTube, Google, they transcribe your videos and they can actually take what you say and, you know, put it down there in the description as well. It actually transcribes it, makes captions. So that's why a lot of times when I open my videos, it's kind of one of my secrets is I'm constantly like, so you're moving to Houston, Texas, or I'm going to get that right out of the gate. I open these videos a lot. You want to grow your real estate lead generation. You actually want to get leads from real estate videos. You want to do real estate marketing. Like I try and get that in because I speak it, and that helps me, you know, not only to rank, but for my videos to get recommended to, you know, out there for those keywords as well. All right, so another aspect of ranking a video, I need to scoot this over a little bit, is, you know, trying to get more views. If I just get more views out there, I know that this video is going to rank over time. So a huge actual mistake is to share vids. Now, I am out on a ledge of myself about this. In fact, I have spoke at VidFest twice, and I'm talking with the biggest YouTubers out there, and I brought this point up on stage, and I'm talking big Roberto Blakes and Nick Nimmons in the whole world, right? They were all speaking there too, and I said, sharing your videos on social media is the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life because it crushed my YouTube channel, right? I remember there was like gas in the air. Everybody was like, what? Like they literally tell you right there to share it. Even the YouTube guys today, they tell you to share it, right? Their whole entire goal is views and subscribers. Have you ever watched their videos? How do you get 1,000 subscribers? How do you get more views? How do you grow a YouTube channel? It's all about views. They don't care about home sales. So you're taking a bunch of information out there. Daryl Eves, all these dudes, they don't know. They've never sold a house in their life. This is the biggest killer to real estate YouTube channels and to ranking for cities. It just doesn't work. It brings in a lot of random traffic, and the majority of the people that you share this with are going to be real estate agents who don't care or people who already live in your market. We're building a relocation channel. It's got to set the algorithm right here. If you want to rank videos and you're sharing them, you're screwed. You're never going to rank videos. I never ranked videos, and it all pulled out my, you know, my rankings. Now, another one I can add to that, the actual worst thing that we did to our YouTube channel was ad spend. And if you listen to my book, I actually break this down in detail because Jackson, oh man, I got a channel. I just need some, you know, some more views. I got to grow. I'm just wondering, you know, should I be sharing it out there? I can share it and get way more views. I've actually had these people reach out to me and they say they can get me way more subscribers and followers, or should I just start attaching a budget? I had a dude who had 6,000 subscribers, hundreds and hundreds of videos, and had been selling homes, and that was the question he asked me. So his channel had absolutely tanked. More and more people got into his market, kicked his ass, right? And so now he's trying to figure out how he can get back in the game. The dude who was one of the first ones, I'm seeing it all the time. If you don't follow kind of my recipe and my check systems and how we continue to grow by monitoring our channels, we get desperate and we start doing this stuff, right? All three of I've seen it dozens and dozens of times. And even you starting out, you're going to have growth and then it's going to fall and you're going to get desperate, right? And so you're going to start doing a bunch of this. Ad spend. Well, Jesse goes, Jackson, we got this video. It's popping, man. We might as well just put an ad spend. Just put it out to California. That's where they're all calling from. I'm like, dude, it's going to kill us. I already know. He's like, no, Jackson, I already know it. Just try it. Tried it for one day, dude. He called me a day later. He's like, Jackson, what happened? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, dude, because he was out showing everybody how we ranked #1 for Portland. It was all cool. What's up? Yeah, this is awesome. Showing girls at the bar, whatever. And one day, I think he was at a listing appointment. He used to say, look, I got the #1 channel. I bring in millions of views, and he would get listings that way. And it was gone. He couldn't find our videos. And I'm like, dude, I told you we shouldn't have put ad spend to this thing. So I had to go in there and knock that video off, which was a good video before, you know, unlist it, stop all the ad spend. It went out to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people out there. The click-through rates completely plummeted, the watch time completely plummeted, and it brought in a bunch of random traffic. It killed the channel. It pulled our channel out of ranking, all our videos out of ranking. And if you want to rank a freaking video, don't do this stuff. All of these things, I've done them and I made the mistakes and it killed my channel. So I teach from examples, not out the side of my neck from shit I hear, right? So ad spend, sharing videos, don't do it. Guys, I got quite a bit more and we're gonna get even more detailed. I'm telling you right now, I'm just asking one thing. Hit that like button, but comment down below. Have you made any of these mistakes? I'm admitting all of my faults every single time. Are any of these things that you've done, you know, I want you to comment down below and things that you've seen. Or, hey, I do a bunch of shorts and I close a ton of homes. Cool, I wanna hear it down below. And again, I'm doing these boardroom videos, so you guys just email me, info@jacksonwilkie.com, anything that you want me to bring up on boardroom, and I will break it down. And you might be like, well, I'm too new, my question's dumb. The new questions are the best ones. I want them all. Hit me up, homies. All right, so one of my favorite things that I've actually been doing a lot lately in the past probably year, and I think it really helps, is the end screens. So end screens and cards. Those are two things that you can add to your video. I'm actually gonna put that over here in the B section. So do I think an end screen on your actual video is gonna help you to rank it? No, not quite. But what it does, if you can get people, and it's not gonna be a massive amount of people. In fact, I think my end screens probably get clicked like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6%, if that, you know. But if you're getting millions of impressions on videos, right? Or you're getting maybe a couple thousand views on a video, and you can pick up an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 views where they watch that and then they go and they click on the next one. The biggest thing that this does right here, and I started seeing some of my biggest growth in my channel, it really increased my watch time. So some of the factors for your YouTube channel: average view durations, click-through rates, watch time. Watch time is an overall strength indicator on people not only come to your channel and watch one video, but man, they just keep watching. You ever found somebody, maybe like me, maybe like the boardroom, where you just keep watching these videos and watching, and that's what it does. And so it adds to the overall watch time, which can help the entire YouTube channel grow, which can help all the videos rank. So watch time, a lot of these things, these are what are gonna help you kind of stand out above the rest and get that extra time on the channel and help to rank it. And if it's a certain video that keeps getting recommended, suggested out there, and people keep clicking on it too, that's the one that's gonna start erupting and blowing up out there. So with the end screens, sometimes I just kind of like put them up at the end, but a lot of times I like to cut off. I have a lot of value, and you'll never believe the price of this house. What is it, Joe? He's like, man, this one's $368,400. And then I'm like, and if you think that's good, wait till you see this house over here. For sure. And we drove through the neighborhood. You saw how nice these homes are. There's a lot of really nice homes in here. So if those Toll Brothers homes or that master plan community is not what you want, I've got an entire playlist right here. So I don't even give them a second to think about getting off the video. I used to, in the olden days, hit them with my call to action. And that's right, we're the Real Agent Now group with the, and I would just see this, nosedive. They knew the video was done, and then they wouldn't even get to my end screen and click on another video. So I'd rather have all these people on my videos watching, clicking, watching more, because that's a good signal, and that's where you start seeing the 10x growth, where you're gonna get bigger view counts, subscriber counts, because the watch time. All right, so I love this, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Again, if you want any more information, in fact, what we're gonna talk about next is kind of like Google, external traffic sources, geotagging, and then I'm really gonna break down the categories that rank a video. But we have a lot of fun in our coaching program too. info@jacksonwilkie.com. You can see if you're a fit for us. We go through an interview process to make sure you do the work. And also, the one thing that we love, we've had a lot of phone calls lately and Zoom calls with agents about joining us at EXP, where you get our courses free, you get our coaching free, you get my personal cell phone number, Jesse's. That's where we're going to help you the most. A couple agents decided, you know what, wasn't really for me. I'm just so glad I learned about it finally, because it's been in the back of my mind. And then the rest of them are like, dude, when can I sign up? That's amazing. So hit me up, info@jacksonwilkie.com, to learn about the coaching or partnering with us at EXP. All right, so this was another thing that came out about 1.5 to 2 years ago, and every time YouTube releases a new feature, they're like, oh my God, Jax, this I gotta do it first. I remember when they came out with the hashtag or the handle the your channel name, I must have received 200 emails from people freaking out. Somebody already took living in Nebraska. Oh, I'm so screwed. I'm like, guys, what? Like, I didn't even get the living in Houston. Other people snagged it up. I didn't even care. I knew right away. I'm like, this has nothing to do with YouTube. It's not going to help me rank. It's not going to help me get more views. This is simply a way to like tag people, right? So some of these things that YouTube puts out, and then everybody, all the gurus start doing, you gotta get the channel name, the hack. It's all BS. Like, they make good long videos. Like Mr. B says, make good long videos, you're gonna rank, right? But one thing is chapters, okay? And the reason I want to talk about this one in a little bit more detail, not only is this something that YouTube released and everybody was all raving about, and what I get all the time is, Jackson, I do these chapters because I rank in Google. And if you look, I rank, and it's really important to rank in Google. I'm like, dude, look at your traffic. If most of your views are coming from external source, Google, that means you're making really shitty videos. That means you're not ranking at all, right? Like, my external traffic source from Google, I might get, it's like 56% of your external traffic comes from Google, and people are like, oh my God, 56%, that's crazy. And then I look at my external source and it's like 0.07% of my views, right? I want my views coming from YouTube. I don't give a shit if they put my videos out there to Google or not. It really doesn't matter. Yes, it can bring people onto my channel. Yes, I've got a lot of videos ranking in Google. Yes, it can bring people, but that's like the least of my issues, because what do chapters do? They color and arrow, lower AVDs. Now, I had some students, and a couple of them, but one of them, we were looking at his channel, and he actually had started to plummet a lot, and so we were looking at the videos, and again, we're explaining it. What I do, I go by data analytics, right? I'm not just going to make stuff up. Okay, let me see the data, let me see the charts, retention graphs, saw all these spikes, saw all these dips, just massive, right? And the average view durations really started to lower. He was putting chapters in, taking like 2 hours per video to make sure the chapters were absolutely well, Jackson, what if they just want to skip and go see this part? Exactly. They're going to skip it, and they're going to go see the price. And then your average view duration of a 20-minute video is 2 minutes now, right? They're going to watch the beginning, hear about it, they'll skip through to the next chapter, go see the price, and they're out. I am going to strategically tell them how great the price is, but they can't see it yet. And if you think the price is good, wait till you see what's next, right? I'm going to hook, rehook, hook. They can't leave. They want to go see the price at the end, but they also can't miss what's in the middle because I have built that up. I hate chapters. Chapters completely crush videos. And if you're focused on it, again, basically anything that you see out there that's like a little mousetrap, little gimmick to get more views, that's what it is. It's a gimmick. Make good, long videos. Channel Junkies, homie. That's what we teach. Good, long videos. That's how you rank. That's how you actually close home sales and get checks. Cashing checks and snapping necks, homies. All right, so another one that kind of came popular was geotags. Here's what's kind of cool about that. I'll put it over here in B. This is something that you actually used to be able to go in and like make your thumbnail. It was crazy system, and then you could take that thumbnail, put it into Google, you could geotag it, put your, it was a lot of work, right? And then that might show up in Google. Well, what did YouTube do? I mean, Google bought YouTube, and when you upload a video, there's actually a section down at the bottom that says, where was this video located? So I was Houston, Texas, or I'm in the Woodlands, Texas. And that actually can help to rank that video now in Google, YouTube. So I do actually kind of like that. I think it does probably help, with ranking videos or suggesting in browse. So I do fill that out. And actually, I probably would say that I forget to do it like 2 out of 5 times. So I'm probably like I do it 60% of the time, and I'll forget it. It's not going to like make or break you, but I actually kind of like that. And that can maybe help you, especially newer channels. That might be something too that just helps to allow your video to get out there to that city that you're actually trying to rank for. And on that, this is a little bit of a longer one, but smaller keywords. So YouTube teaches a lot, and we kind of did too. You got to start a little bit smaller. You got to hit the little smaller suburb cities around your major area. You're in Atlanta, Georgia. You're going to hit all these little suburbs around there. They're easy to rank for. That's all true. That actually is the truth. So I put it in B, and the reason I put it here because I've got a pretty mixed audience. Some of you have been following me for 5 years now, right? You need to be actually kind of avoiding this. Some of you are just starting out. You can't really go in and tackle in Atlanta, Georgia right out of the gate. Doing a couple of the smaller keywords, and by smaller keywords, I mean like, so Portland, Oregon, right? You got Tigard, you got Tualatin, you've got Happy Valley, you know, you got a couple of these areas that you can go pop off a couple videos and you can actually rank, and that can really help you to garner a little bit of traction and attention to your channel. And again, it's reps at the end of the day. To try and go in and rank for Portland, Oregon right out of the gate, it's difficult. In fact, one of the toughest cities besides Houston, because all the Texans and the Astros and all that, Seattle. Seattle was a brutal one, because I think that was the most vlogged city in the entire country, and all the foodies and just like the sports. Like, I remember going there, it was tough to crack through there. And so the smaller keywords will help, but this is where I don't want you to rely on them, because if your whole channel, you know, if you go to your traffic source and you look at it, this is another thing that I look at. You know, people go, my channel just won't grow. And I'm like, okay, pull up the traffic source, let's see. And I look, and if YouTube search is #1 on their traffic source for the entire channel, that means they're making too short of videos. Their SEO is good. They're ranking, right? The videos rank up there. They're getting all the search traffic, but the videos aren't that long. The average view durations aren't that long. So YouTube is not suggesting them or putting them in browse. And that's why their channel really never gets any of that big growth. So it looks good, you're ranking, but sometimes, again, when you do these smaller keywords and you go away from the major suburb, you're just never gonna get that big push. They're never getting searched near enough. And actually, they can kind of take over a channel, and they will make you start doing just that one small area. And if that's all you wanna focus on is one small niche market of yours, great, go ahead and do it. I've seen it so many times by agents. Like, we had agents, I'll never forget, she was in Austin, Texas area, probably 4+ years ago, like, had Austin to herself, and she would not do Austin videos. I hate Austin, I don't want to be, I just only want Pflugerville or whatever it was, and that was the only video she did. And then 2 months or 6 months later, 9 months, she's bitching at me, I'm not growing, you promised all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, you had like the biggest, you know, right? So if you just go after the smaller ones, you may never get that growth. And some of you are around the Texas area, you've heard of it, but 90% of you probably never heard of Pflugerville or knew it was near it, right? So they start their search with the major one, and then they kind of branch out from there. Or it's your job to, you know, learn them about those small areas. So yes, these are good. Smaller keywords can help you to rank, kind of get going quicker, but really kind of hone in on that major market. So before we get into what's really gonna rank, I wanna do one more absolute monster killer to the YouTube channel. This I see way too much, and maybe one of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen. I wonder how long I could just kind of keep talking right here and you guys would keep looking at my back. No, I won't do that. Keyword stacking, and I'll put not titties, titles. Sorry. I see all the time. Okay, and it's a huge misconception for ranking videos. So again, I go back to my coaching students, and you know, we really get into depth, and that's, you know, we break these down, you know, all of these mistakes. And so not only I kind of just skim over it with you guys, I show in the coaching. So I get a lot of students, and they come to me, and I see their video. They're like, all right, check out my channel. So during one of our coaching sessions, I'll grab the channel, break it down, and I look at the video title. And again, sometimes they talk, oh, I did this. They're telling me all about the video, and I'm just like, man, this is. I was like, can I stop you? Are you okay if I give you constructive criticism? They're like, yeah. I'm like, what in the fudge does this title even mean? It will be like, living in Houston, Texas, pros and cons of Houston, Texas, moving to Houston, or moving to the Woodlands 2024. And I'm like, well, I thought, you know, I could just, you know, get a bunch of those different keywords and rank. And I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. It's got all these blocks, these bricks, these dividers, all the stuff, right? So you're trying to like really look good to YouTube, all these keywords, rank for all three. In your mind, you're like, oh, I'm going to release that, and I'm going to rank for the Woodlands, living in Houston, moving to Houston. It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. And actually, it's the complete opposite. You do not write titles for robots. You write it for humans. YouTube specifically came out like 2 years ago, maybe even longer, and said, we will penalize you if you keyword stuff. Because back in the day, creators could basically take keywords, put them in titles, their descriptions, and their tags, And YouTube didn't know enough yet early on, and they would take that video and rank it up there for those keywords. And the video had nothing to do with it, and people were getting away with that. Well, what happened? The viewership started hitting the shitter. People didn't like it. They were being tricked. YouTube took care of the problem. No more keyword stuffing, no more, faking it. And that's why I say, like, bait and switch, right? Bait and switch titles. You can't do it. YouTube's just going to penalize you that quick. The title, it's got to be read for humans. That's why I say the description, the tags, and sometimes you can forget that. But if there's a small keyword in there, or even if the thumbnail just shows you exactly what you get, and that video is very well produced, keeps people's attention a long time, you're going to see that thing just freaking plow. I watch some of these videos sometimes of, like, I don't work out, but, like, dudes will be working out, or guys go vlog this, the world, or me and my wife, we watch this lady. She's the homeschool picker or something. She does estate sales. My wife goes to estate sales like every single day, and to Goodwills. She doesn't even use keywords. She doesn't even use descriptions. Every video gets like 150,000 to 1 million views, right? That is crazy to me. But in the thumbnail, we know exactly what she's doing, and we're like, oh my gosh, she found that. I want to know how much that is. So at the end of the day, yes, I think for real estate YouTube, for generating leads, people are searching the cities. That one is more like, oh, I like to do that. I'll watch it in my free time. But making purchase decisions, ranking still is very important. Getting into browse and suggested is very important. But the keyword stacking, this is going to absolutely kill you guys. So make sure that you are just using a good title that makes a lot of sense and reads. And so when I'm messing with my titles online, a lot of times, it's not like trying to get the keyword perfect. I'm trying to make it where it reads the best. And so I'll take a title, put it into ChatGPT, write me 10 clickbait titles, something that's very, very good around this title. Boom, they spit me out 10. What's your favorite? And he goes, well, I think it's this, right? So I take that one. I'm like, make me 10 more. And then I tweak it. And then I throw it back. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Well, I actually like that because it's this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, well, you shorten it by a couple characters. Like, that's the kind of stuff I'm doing, is I'm trying to actually make a title that people read, and it, like, I got to click on that damn thing, right? I have to, but it has to match the content. So more importantly than keyword stacking and getting the absolute title description money, I'm trying to just get a really good long average view duration, awesome video, and make that title like, damn it, got to click on that thing. All right, homies. So I've got 3 more, and they're all going over here. What is it that truly ranks a video? I'm going to draw these boxes around here so y'all can see it. Kind of divides it. First, we're going to start with watch time, and I already kind of went through this, so I'll go quick. Overall channel watch time. So not only getting your video count up, but ways that you can get people to watch more. I like putting playlists in there, so I started creating playlists like, hey, if you like these new construction homes and you're looking for the best deals, check it out. I made a playlist right here, and it is the best deals on new construction homes you can find in Houston, Texas. Just check that out, right? So I'm getting a lot of clicks. Once they get into a playlist, it only recommends your content. I really learned, 2+ years ago when I had more and more competition, that I need to get the most watch time to get out there. So that was one thing that I really started to focus on, was how can I keep people on my channel longer and longer and longer. So that actually reminded me, I forgot a huge mistake. People want to put links and squeeze pages all over their YouTube channel, and there's actually YouTube real estate coaches out there that still, they just preach on this stuff. You got to have squeeze pages and these landing pages and click, 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 click. That's how you get the most leads. And I'm like, yeah, is that why your business is dying? I mean, honestly, if you think about this in just real life terms, if I have a lot of this stuff on my YouTube channel, which we used to, they click on that, where do they go? Come on, answer it. Answer it. They go off the freaking platform. Do you think YouTube really enjoys when you take, good long viewers and steal them, and they just keep leaving the platform? Do you think it doesn't know? So I'm just actually against a lot of that. I just want them watching videos. The more that I have my viewers on my channel with watch time, the more that it recommends it out there. And that's when I went from a channel that would get, maybe a couple thousand views a day in total. And that's how it was for 2-3 years. And, we closed deals, to now getting like 17,000 or 25,000 or 40,000 views a day. it really wasn't that like I've been there longer than anybody. I had to completely rebuild myself. I had to look at myself and say, Jackson, you suck at YouTube now. Like everybody's beating you. How do you get better? You know, I just got lazy. I just did things the easy way that I'd done it for years. But then I had to become, you know, not the best, but yeah, let's just say I had to tell myself I had to become the best. I had to really, really, really learn it. And so this is one of the big factors that did that. Now, basically, I'll just bring this down, but the average view duration. So, guys, I think it's so imperative that we try to increase this average view duration. It's not increase the amount of videos. If you can do 2 a week that are super long and super good, you're probably going to grow even quicker. People want that content. They're making a big decision. I have 13 channels. I got a million things going on. I can get my 1 video out a week, and it works really well for me. But I'm going to make sure that I get that AVD through the roof, right? My average view durations typically on videos, if they're going to be 45 minutes to 55 minutes, give or take, I'm really shooting for that 13 and a half to like 15 and a half minute average view duration. I did an hour 22 minute video the other day. I had a 19 minute 10 second average view duration. We're in September, so it's always the slowest month, which sucks. I'm digging out right now. It's really tough. I also unlisted about 2 million views off my Houston channel because you got to clean that stuff up. So that kind of hit me too. That will hit you, even because that's a lot of extra views you're getting, but the views had very low AVDs and watch time, so it was hurting my whole channel. So now I got to let that buffer. I got to let it, kind of clean itself up and grow again. But these are the main things that I am focused on. Like, how can I keep people on my video for as long as possible? Because that's what's going to put me out to the masses. This is the 10x growth method, right? Is to really hone in on the video. And so a lot of times in our coaching, we are breaking down that person's market, that city, right? We open up the map. I start drilling them with questions. Who's moving here? Who's doing that? Why would they do that? And at the end of the day, I'm like, there's your video. You're going to say this, 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 this. You look in the camera and you tell them that, right? And then they're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. They shoot that. They completely kind of revolutionize the way they talk in their videos, the stories that they tell, because it hits that ideal audience right in the face. And that's when they start generating more leads. That's when they start ranking more. Because when you turn from just spewing data and reading stuff and getting your 2 videos out a week to like really important information and talking right into that camera, just like I do with this boardroom talk, it just starts to grow. It starts to really exponentially grow. And then it goes out there and finds audiences similar to that, and you'll see bigger growth. And although I do feel like basically long videos, watch time, average view duration, that is what helps you to inevitably rank. It also gets you into browse. But there's one more thing that I really feel like helps basically round everything together. But before that, the watch time and the AVD, what they actually do is they get you into browse. And I didn't know that. The first 2 years I taught, we really honed in on browse. And honestly, again, people have been coming through my course and my training for the past 5-6 years. They now sell YouTube for real estate courses. And what they do is they took my original one and then they just continue to teach that. So I've adapted because we had to get better, right? And so what they're going to focus on is this stuff. So people come all the time and they're like, well, I got the titles, I got the description, my channel's not growing. Now, at the end of the day, if you go up on a stage and you go, check out my videos, look, I ranked #1 for this city. Guess what they do on the side? Yeah, Jackson, my channel's dying. I'm not getting any more leads anymore. I go, cool, let's bring up your traffic source. Let's bring up your analytics. I look, I'm like, are the majority of your views coming from search? Well, yeah, they are. That's what, my YouTube coach told me to do is title, description, and now I'm ranking. Cool. That means that your videos probably on average are only averaging 2.5, 3 minute average view duration, correct? Yeah. That's your problem. You need to get them better. You need to, well, how do I do that, right? So we really want to focus on this stuff. So the titles, the descriptions, the tags, and all that, this can be just kind of a mechanism to, to rank, especially on smaller cities, smaller suburbs, but with more and more competition. This can leave you down a rabbit hole where you're so focused on that you completely forget about this. The browse and the suggested, that's where you get massive. In fact, I think right now, if I were to look, 70-80% of my views come from this over search. I don't even know if 20%, it might be 15% come from actual search traffic now. So it used to be different. Search used to be #1, and I used to teach, man, that's the best. Look at that search. I didn't know the power of YouTube until I made good long videos, browse and suggested. That's why I absolutely hate shorts and sharing videos because it kills this, right? And shorts, all they ever do is this. Boom, 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 boom. They never ride out, so they're good for a day. Do an entire YouTube Shorts channel for 3 months. Do shorts every day. You're going to get millions and millions of views. Stop doing that channel for 1 week and see what happens. You literally will have no views. That's what happens. Do a doom and gloom video, right, or a YouTube channel where you talk about the market, talk about daily news, and then stop doing it for a week. Guess what happens? No views. I've done it. I did it about the NBA. It was about doom and gloom. It was about all the news. It was about Lakers trade talks. I did it. I grew 10,000 subscribers in a matter of like 30 days. I was making $8,000 a month in ad spend. It was insane. I'd never seen views like that in my life. Guess what? I couldn't do it one day. I was traveling. I was busy. I stopped doing videos for 3 days. Died. I don't even get a single view on that channel anymore. So if that's what you want to do, is do every single day videos, and you want to do doom and gloom and shit, go ahead and do it. But just know that you have to do it every day or it dies. And are you really generating leads, business, sales? No. These things, they sit there and they work for you for 5 years straight, just getting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and you just get so many phone calls off these things, it's ridiculous. And you only got to do it once a week. I like that plan a heck of a lot better, but you do you, homie. And last but not least, I want to throw in the old, oh yeah, this one, the thummy, baby. Thumbnails. Let me actually write this so you guys can read it. Jackson, no thumbnail can help me rank. You're right. It's probably not. But at the same time, if this really, really, really sucks, none of this really matters because they ain't clicking on it. And that has been a big struggle of me. And if you're new to a market, new to starting out, your thumbnails and your click-through rates, they're probably going to be a little bit lower. The most important thing is that consistency, your face, putting your face. We talked about this in the boardroom last week. You got to create your brand. You got to create your time. You got to create your show. That is what's going to really get that click-through rate up, believe it or not. I've tested this in multiple markets. They really want to see you at the end of the day. So I've got people I follow on YouTube. I don't even care what they shoot. I just see they got a new video and I want to see it, right? That's a great click-through rate when you barely got to read the title. So thumbnails, though, again, a lot of my predecessors or whatever the hell you call them, people who took, they kind of go off the old school methods, and so they'll have like floating, could you live here? And it's like an aerial view drone shot of a city. That used to work, man. You used to get crazy click-through rates, and then all of a sudden I think people are like, yeah, I don't think people can fly. You have to figure out, those click-through rates. So if you're doing the pros and cons, the avoid moving there, it's got to be big and bright. Having a bunch of words all over your thumbnail, very small, it doesn't work. If you don't know how to remove the background on a thumbnail yet, and you're like all blotchy and glitchy, like, dude, just figure it out. It's one click of a button on Canva or PicMonkey. It's very easy. There's a lot of thumbnail, canvases out there you can just basically steal and plug yourself into. You should be able to. I use Fiverr right now. I'm not going to give my guy away, but I pay him probably like 20, 25 bucks a thumbnail, and I go back and forth with him. It takes me like 2-3 hours, right? I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give I get a picture of me, the picture of the background. Here's exactly what I want. Here's what I want it to look like. Boom, boom, boom. He sends it, and then I don't even have the words on it. Okay, move me here, move me there, do this with the how. Okay, now put the words up here. Okay, shorten those words, put them over here. I really want that click, but I want those people to see exactly what they get in that thumbnail, and that's going to make them click a lot more, because I know my videos are getting so good. If they just click on it, they'll watch it, they'll like it, and they'll come back. So the thumbnails, watch time, the AVDs, I'm telling you, homies, you got to really hone in on this stuff, but it doesn't happen tomorrow. So if this shit doesn't happen your first few weeks, don't worry. Keep going. It's going to be 3 months, 6 months down the road, and then it'll be a complete snowball. You're going to be getting leads like crazy, but we don't like to do shorts. We don't like to do all the crap. If you want to rank, you want to really grow a good YouTube channel, it's here. You want more information on coaching with me personally, or you can just join me at eXp Realty. I will give you my coaching free. I will give you all of my time, my cell phone number, whatever you want. I can help you. info@jacksonwilkie.com. And here, homie, is the boardroom playlist. Start with video 1. If you haven't seen these yet, or even if you have, go back and watch them. Start at video 1. It's an entire series breaking down YouTube deeper than you'll ever find in your life, homies.